Yo, friends! Welcome back to the channel. NiceToReevU here, back at it again with a NECA action figure review. Today we have Bebop and Rocksteady. Let's do this. Okay, so I just want to sweep right through this packaging review. Let's just get right through this. We have this beautiful box window giving us a preview of the figures and accessories inside, as well as the artwork of Bebop and Rocksteady respectively. We do have the TMNT logo at the bottom center, as well as the Nickelodeon logo and their names on the top center. Basic stuff. Loving the green and yellow though. We do have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo on the top, as well as the product shots of the characters on the sides of the box. We do have the read up in the back, and if you want to go ahead and pause it, read it, go ahead and do that right now. Now's the time to do so. All of the other figures in the wave. I do not have any other figures in this wave. But yeah, with all that being said, let's bust this bad boy open. Boom! Here they are, out of the packaging, looking really good. But there are some flaws here, considering the fact they are NECA figures. We're gonna get right to Bebop, then we'll do Rocksteady. Okay, first off, you can see that he looks up about that high. He can't really look down about too much, but he does got movement there. Next up, we got the head pivoting. As you can see, he can head pivot from right to left. Got quite a bit of good head pivoting there, sorry. And you can look left about that much and look right about that much. As you can see, it's a fair amount of movement there. One more other thing, and these are bonuses. His jaw can open and close, which is really cool, really nice touch, really digging that. As well as his shades. I really do like the fact that his glasses can go up and down. Now Bebop has 5 points of articulation in his arm, giving him a lot of movement. We have those double jointed elbows, so as you can see, he can do it at about at least a 90-degree angle. But it is crispy right when you get out of the box. There's a lot of forcing going on here, so you're gonna hurt your fingers a bit, as much as I did. You got the swivel in the bicep, that nice clean slit there. He is hindered a bit by these bulky shoulder pads. As you can see, the strap goes all the way under the armpit, reaching all the way around, and there's a lot of restrictions here, just not a lot of free flow movement, and it just hinders what he can do. His arm can go forward about that much and back about that much, so there's a lot of restrictions. His wrist though, you got that hinging in the wrist going up and down, and you can swivel it back and forth. Pretty easy movement. You do have that slit in the diaphragm area, so that way you can slightly turn him to the left and then slightly turn him to the right. He can't really bobble back and forth. There is no ball joint there whatsoever. Now below the belt you have 4 or 5 points of articulation, depending on what you want to count, around the thigh area. Bebop can kick forward about that high, and he can also kick back about that much because he's got the rubber buns. Double jointed knees, as you can see. He also has the hinging in the ankle area, allowing him to go up and down, also allowing pivoting from side to side. Bebop can do the splits about that far, which is pretty cool. And now he comes with all of these interchangeable hands and at least 2 weapon accessories, which is quite awesome. So with all of that being out of the way, let's take a look at Rocksteady. Now, Rocksteady is able to look up about that high, and he can look down about that low. Not too low, but you know, you got some movement there. As well as looking side to side, Rocksteady can look left about that far, as well as looking right that far. So he has a little bit more movement, more than Bebop anyways. And his head can also pivot from side to side. Pretty awesome. Now, he doesn't have any other accessories on his head, but I love the fact that his jaw still opens and closes. Really loving that. Awesome touch. Now, unlike Bebop, he isn't really hindered too much around his shoulders, but in terms of the typical T-pose, that's as high as his arms will go. Now we have 5 points of articulation in the arm area. You have the slit in the bicep, you have the double jointed elbows, as well as the hinge in the wrist area. His elbows can do that 90-degree angle turn, so as you can see, just like Bebop, a lot of movement there. Can straighten that out perfectly. And he has the slit, so you can do the swivel and have a lot of movement there with your Rocksteady. I almost said Bebop. There's no strap hindering him at all. And he can do the 360 spin because he doesn't have the bulky shoulder pads. Now, enough crapping on Bebop. As you can see, Rocksteady has the hinging in the wrist, being able to go up and down this far and that far. You can swivel it 360 spin. It's actually a lot looser than Bebop's wrists. Now, he does have the slit under the belly as opposed to having it in the diaphragm area. And you can swivel it left to right. Only so much though. You kind of think this would hinder it because it looks like it's attached to the belt, but it's not really attached to the belt, unlike Bebop's shoulder pads. Taking a look at his legs are about the same as Bebop's legs. You got the 5 points of articulation, the double jointed knees, as well as the hinging in the ankle area. Bebop can kick forward about that high. Bebop can kick back about that far because he's got those rubber buns just like Bebop. So a lot of movement here. Double jointed knees, but man is it really stiff. Very stiff. He has the hinging in the ankle area, being able to go down about that far, and high. Well, actually not too high, but also pivoting, can't forget the pivoting. Very essential for your NECA figures, especially when it comes to posing. Now Rocksteady can do the splits about that much. And these are all of his accessories as well as his interchangeable hands. Yeah, what to say about this? It's just like Rocksteady, except he comes with this little device with Shredder's face on it. It's pretty cool. And as you can see, Rocksteady is just a little bit smaller than Bebop. Bebop kind of standing a little bit taller, but isn't that how it is? Here is your size comparison with Captain America, Marvel Legends Hasbro Captain America. Here is the Bring Arts Sora, the second form from Kingdom Hearts 3. As you can see, he stands just under Rocksteady. And here is the Bring Arts Riku from Kingdom Hearts 3. Here is the Dragon Stars Goku right next to Rocksteady and Bebop. And last but not least, another NECA figure, which is Spyro. Okay, you guys, that is about all the time I have for this review. I hope you guys liked it, and if you did, please subscribe, hit that thumbs up, leave a comment if you will. You guys know the drill. I am outta here.